Hello. So, as the title would suggest, I'm going to be giving my opinion on the Spork Puddings. There's 3 different ones um, available at VSO flavors. These have been steeping for at least a month, probably a month and a half. So yeah, they do require, or it's recommended to have a steep for, I believe, at least a month. So yeah, they've been steeping long enough. I already got pretty much the okay to do this from the person that created it, which is Gizzard Stew. Just because, as you all know, I'm pretty picky and I don't want to offend anybody if I don't like them. So I just want to make sure that, no feelings were hurt, because there's plenty of juices that I'm sure a lot of people don't like that I make. So these are just my opinion, obviously. So there are 3 different ones. There's a red version, which is like the vanilla. There's a blue, which is blueberry, and pink, which is strawberry. I will also tell you that I have been having issues tasting strawberry, so it'll be interesting if I can taste this one. So I'm not going to go too much about it. I did mix these at the recommended percentages, which are typically too high for me, but I wanted to give them a fair go. Let me see if I can find the exact percentages to make sure I'm not wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I either mixed them fairly high or at their percentages. Yeah, so it looks like I did the 17%. We'll start with the vanilla because that's the one that came up in my ELR. This one is at 17%. That's interesting. So, okay. Apparently I can't do math yet. I just woke up not that long ago. Away. Anyway, I am picky about custards, but this one is a pudding, so might not be as difficult, I guess, for me to like. It might be something I enjoy more or more likely to enjoy. Oh my god, I hate when this happens. Your stupid dripper top thing gets stuck in there. I almost poured that all over my RDA, which would have been fun. Anyway, so while I'm trying to get this out, I bowled yesterday, and I bowled okay, but we lost every game but one, so that wasn't good. But we won the first half of the league, or whatever you want to call it, so it's not as big of a deal. Ideally, I'd still want to win just so we don't have to play the championship, because I don't do well under pressure, but we shall see. We still have a bit of time before the end, so I don't know. My first game was good. Second game was terrible, and then the third game was good. But the other team, they were bowling really, really well. Like, the one guy had like almost nothing but strikes, so that obviously didn't fare well against us, but it was still fun, which is the important thing. I got out of the house, which doesn't happen much these days. Now that the weather, well, I say that now, but next week will probably be crappy again. But when the weather is decent, I try to get out a little bit more, but the weather's just been so cold, and I just don't like dealing with cold or snow, so I've been even more hermity than usual. All right, so we're going to start off, like I said, with the vanilla, which is the Spork Red, and go from there. I'm hoping I like this because I like Gizzard Stew, obviously. I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm going to give my honest thoughts. And just keep in mind, these are my thoughts. All right. I'm doing the icons as per the usual with my typical Clapton coil I get from Lightning Vapes. It's a dual core of some sort wrapped in something. It's all Canthal. I don't really know. I don't build stuff, so It's a freaking Clapton. So far, not terrible. I'm turning it up a little bit. It's a pretty standard vanilla pudding type flavor. Trying to think of like what the vanilla is or what kind of vanilla it is. It's a little bit darker of a vanilla. It's not like bright or floral. It's more of like your dessert type vanilla. I don't know why I'm smelling bananas. I don't taste banana, but I smell like a ripe banana, which is weird. For it being such a high percentage, it's pretty light in flavor. I don't know if it's because it's over flavored for me. Because like I said, I did mix them at the recommended percentages. Because when I don't, some people, get offended by that. But plus, like honestly, these days, my taste buds are kind of all over the place. And I just wanted to give it as fair of a shot as I could. There's really not much to say about this. It's just a vanilla pudding with a darker vanilla. Maybe some marshmallow in there. I don't really know. I personally wouldn't vape this by itself because it's kind of, I'm not a huge, like I like vanilla, but I usually have to have it with something else. So I would put a fruit in it. I'm mainly a fruit vapor. That's probably 80%, Jesus, of what I vape is fruit. But luckily there are fruit puddings over here. So we'll move on to, I think I'm going to leave, well, no, I'll do the strawberry next. Hopefully I can taste it. As far as how I'm doing, because I was like late in the chat with this new live thing that they have on YouTube because I just used the integrated software. It's kind of weird. I'm doing okay. I slept fairly well. I think I have, the cats are playing. I think I have most of my issue as far as my jaw is concerned figured out between the new mouth guard I got, and I've also bought new pillows. I'm not in pain every single day, which is good. Because I think that was causing a lot of my, well, not a lot of it, but it was adding to my like depression issues that were already there. All right, so we're going to do the pink. This is the strawberry one. This is recommended at also 17. Are they all 17? Yeah, they're all 17%. So it looks like there is sweetener in here. And also VSO blueberry in here. Or no, I'm looking at the blueberry. So I'm guessing the strawberry, the VSO strawberry is in here. Yeah, so it's the vanilla pudding base with VSO strawberry added and sweetener. Now, mind you, I've tried the VSO blueberry and strawberry, and I did like them, but there was something in them that did bother me. It could be the fructose in it. I don't know. But I only tried them the once, and it wasn't steeped. It was pretty fresh, only like a day or two. So we'll see if I still have the same issues. And I'm hoping I don't, because I do like the flavors of both of them. So it'd be nice to be able to vape them. Yeah, this is definitely more up my alley. I am tasting the strawberry, at least so far. Again, it is on the lighter side. I don't know, like, again, if I mixed it too high for me. Because if you didn't know, which I'm sure most of you do, because it looks like most of you have been mixing for a while, if you mix something too high, it can actually mute flavor and make it weaker than it would be otherwise. But yeah, it's nice. It's smooth. Um, it almost reminds me of like a strawberry ice cream. I'm guessing because of the strawberry vanilla mixture. But this would definitely be more of my alley of vaping it like all day, opposed to just vanilla. Yeah, I mean it's good. Talking together, there are a lot of, I guess, different flavors in the pudding base. So it's not just like Flavora pudding. There's other things going on in it. Exactly what? I don't know. And if I didn't know, I wouldn't tell you anyway, because that's his business. But I don't know what they are. Like he said, there was like 10 different flavors, 11, something like that. Hi. So the last one we have, and we're going through these kind of quickly, is the blue. Ironic, as my cat Blue just yelled at me. I don't know why she does that every now and then. I don't know if it's just like a hi, like, hey, I'm here. But she'll just randomly meow at me and then leave. I'm like, okay, that's how you feel. I did also get a couple of new items as far as gear, so we can go over those quickly. One more quickly than the other because the one is kind of just a repurchase. I wanted another one of it because somebody's video kind of scared me that wouldn't be able to get equipment very easily, or people aren't getting equipment very easily. I don't know. My mentality is yes, I do have a good amount of like mods and stuff, but can you really have enough mods? I mean, RDAs are one thing. Typically, as long as you're keeping up with your RDAs and they aren't garbage, they last like a long time. Like I've had the same Addies for years. Mind you, I haven't used them in a long time, which could be part of it because I tend to find an atomizer I like and just use it until I find another one that I like. I'm not one to have like 5 different mods going at the same time. Um, but yeah, mods are another thing though, because they do eventually wear out. Again, some faster than others, but I'd rather have backups of backups of backups than be without, because you never know the way things are going. I feel like backups on backups on backups are a good thing. On top of the fact that both my dad and my stepmom vape, so I have to think of them as well. Because I know my dad has a backup, but it's just one. And he's had to borrow mods from me before. Mind you, it was before he got the Agus or Aegis, however you want to pronounce this. This does seem to be holding up really well for him. But again, you never know. All right, so this is the last one. It's the blueberry. And I really liked the VSO blueberry. So I imagine I'm going to like this if it's just the pudding and this together. Hi. I'm vaping you. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear her. I taste the blueberry, but it's pretty faint. I prefer the strawberry. That would be my favorite one. For whatever reason, and again, I don't know what vanilla or any kind of flavors he's used in this, but this seems to bring out like a peppery note from the vanilla to me. I don't know why. It's not like overpowering or overbearing or anything like that. It's just like a slight little thing that's like altering the vanilla. I like the strawberry better, but it's not bad. And again, I think if I were to remix these, I would mix them lower just to see if I get more flavor out of them because they are fairly mild and I don't know how pronounced they're supposed to be. So I can't tell you if that's the way it's intended, but these are pretty subtle, which is fine. I don't typically like really in your face flavor, especially if I'm vaping it all day. I prefer something that's a little bit more subtle so I don't get overwhelmed vaping it because I am a chain vapor. So yeah. I'd be interested to see how this would be with a banana. I might add banana to the vanilla just to see what happens with it because I think that might be nice. I don't know that Vaping Sci has a banana. Maybe that's why I didn't want to do it. I don't know. And I also don't remember if Gizzard likes banana flavors. I want to say I don't think so. So yeah, the blueberry is okay. If I had to rank these, it would be the strawberry first, the plain just vanilla second, and then the blueberry third. So that's my take on them. I can't really say much more about it. Like I said, it's a darker vanilla in it. It's not super, super dark, but it's darker. It's not bright. It's not floral. And it's not super rich, which I personally like. Other people might not agree. But I think, with custard versus pudding, your custard is going to be more of like the rich kind of flavor, whereas pudding is a little bit lighter, which I personally prefer. A lot of custards are just too much for me. Even if I do like them, they can be a little bit overwhelming. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got. So I guess I could just talk about the stuff I bought. I didn't expect to get through these so quickly because usually it takes me forever. So I guess I'll just talk about what I got. So I got some things from Element Vape. They were having a sale of some sort. I think it was like a Valentine's Day thing. I'm not entirely sure, but I figured I would grab some things. I'll start with the repurchase, I guess. I got another Drop Dead because I really like this RDA, and I got it in a black matte with the silver logo on it, and it's sitting on the mod that Gizzard gave me because it matches pretty perfectly. I haven't used it yet because I also bought coils from them, like a Clapton roll or spool or whatever. And I'm not sure I like the spool, so I haven't actually tried it yet. It was pretty high resistance for what I prefer, pretty much double what I usually do. So I haven't actually used the coil yet. And I wasn't really in a rush to anyway because I already know how the Drop Dead vapes. This is what I vape on all day, which I guess goes into the next thing. I got a new mod, but yeah. I guess I can show you the deck if anyone has never seen the drop deck before. But the reason I like this deck so much is because I can put a single coil in it really easily. It's very easy to build on for me. and there's a lot of space. Because I only do single coils. I'm not a dual coil person. I just, for whatever reason, don't like it. So that's why I like the drop dead so much. I also like the drop, but for whatever reason, I do like the airflow on the drop dead. Not that I dislike the airflow on the drop, but I don't know, I like this one. So that's what I bought. And then I got the Osmotis Lustro, however the hell you pronounce it. Comes in this box. And I've been only vaping on it for a day because I just got the stuff yesterday. But so far I do like it. There are some things I don't like on it. I already did the firmware upgrade or update, whatever. I don't know if it's going to focus because it's kind of bright. Yeah, it's kind of just a blurred mess. But the thing I don't like about it is the touchscreen is a little wonky, which I should have known better because the Minikin I have, I think it's the V2, also has a touchscreen that I don't like. I forgot that the Lustro, whatever, has a touchscreen because preferably I just don't like touchscreens on mods. But the good thing about it is I don't usually adjust my wattage or anything that often, so I'm not using it that much. So it's not a huge deal, but it's something I don't like. Also, the little, like you should be able to, there's like an infrared or something that you're supposed to be able to swipe like that instead of touching it, and it's pretty shitty. Like it's supposedly on right now, but as you can see, it says it's on, which of course you can't see, but it's on, but it don't work. Like I'm waving, nothing's happening. It's just like ignoring me, which is rude. But and then like the slide to unlock, like it just changed my damn setting and I didn't want it to do that, and now it won't. Okay, so it's back to normal. Yeah, so I'm like swiping, it's unlocked. Hello. It does nothing. I have gotten it to work like randomly. So I mean it works. It's not like completely defective. It just doesn't work well. But other than that, I do like it. Like it's comfortable in the hand to me. It feels sturdy, like it doesn't feel cheap. It's got a nice like weight to it, but it's not super heavy. It's just kind of in between. I like the look of it. I like that it has a flashlight. I know that's kind of like random, but it does have a flashlight, which is something I actually keep in my purse because having a huge purse and a lot of things in it, sometimes it's hard to find things. So I do actually keep a little mini flashlight in my purse for that reason. So now I have this as well. It's a cute little feature. I don't know that it will be essential for every person, but in my opinion, it's a nice thing to have, and it doesn't really, it's not a bad thing to have in there as far as like it's not getting in the way of anything. It's not an irritating feature to have. You can also turn off the little thingy, the LEDs, which is also nice because some people don't like that. I personally do. I think it's cool. You can change the color. There's only 3 colors though. It's like red, blue, and I think green. But yeah, they're there. And there's some firmware upgrades. I did the one because I didn't like the way that the screen was originally. It had like a speedometer thing on it. It just looked kind of, I didn't like the way it looked. So I did the little update on it. But yeah, I like it so far. I still, for like carrying around like out and about, would prefer this just because I feel like this is a little bit sturdier, and I do tend to drop my mods every now and then, and I definitely would think that this would hold up better than this potentially, only because the issue I've had with the Minikin is when I would drop it. And mind you, I'm not doing this on purpose, but it happens. And when you drop it, the little battery door flies off and the batteries fly out, and it's just kind of annoying. But yeah, I would think that the Aegis would hold up better just overall. But I still like having this. And like I said, I've been using it since yesterday, which mind you isn't a long time, but I don't see having any issues. Like the button feels fine as far as the firing. There's not really any rattling going on. So yeah, I like it. It was only like $35, which is cheap. Because I think originally these things were like $70, $80. So I figured I'd grab it. But yeah, it's pretty much it as far as what I bought. It comes with the little, I want to call it a charging cable. It's not really meant to be charged. It's kind of like an update cable, I guess, to, update the firmware. It's a USB-C cord, which is interesting. I was kind of shocked to see that because usually it's just a mini USB that comes with these things. Now, I will say if you do have or get the Lustro and you haven't updated it, you do have to follow the instructions to update it. You can't just download the little upgrade tool, connect it, and be good. There are certain steps you have to do for it to work properly. I'm not really good at following directions or opting to follow directions. I kind of just want to do it myself. But in this case, you really can't. You have to do certain things to get it to actually connect. Does anyone remember when Giz got his Minikin and it took half an hour for him to get the touch screen to work and change his wattage? No, I don't remember that. But yeah, it's super annoying because at least with this one, it seems to be a little bit more responsive. But with the Minikin, it's like you would it would take me so many times to swipe to unlock just to get it to unlock, and then trying to change something on it. It was ridiculous. And it's one of the reasons I don't use it or stopped using it. On top of the fact that a lot of times because I like to have my screen locked, so if I touch it, it doesn't screw up anything. And it would constantly unlock itself. And I'm like, I don't like that. So I still have it. It's over there. I don't know if I can see it from here. Yeah, it's the one with the red RDA on top of it, which I think is I don't know, it's Suck My Mods RDA. I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's over there. It's on the wall. There's a lot of things down there. There's the Snow Wolf, which I don't use because it auto fires. I can't tell what that is. I think that's I don't remember what it's called. My Therion, my little, does anyone care? Probably not. So it seems like it's going to be a short show today because I don't have anything else. I thought about mixing something else, but I honestly, like I said, thought I would run over like I always do. I got some new flavors. I haven't tried any of them yet. I got the Ruby Chocolate by TFA, Peach Yogurt by TFA, another Blueberry Juicy Ripe by Flavor Art to see if it's any different than the one I got. Because according to some people, they think that I might have gotten a weird batch, possibly. I got another of the 101 powdered sugar and a 101 blue raspberry candy. I also got the new TFA custard V2. I haven't tried it yet, but it smells good. I use Lightning Vapes coils. I don't have them near me. But they're Claptons. They're Canthol. I like Canthol. If I have to use anything else, it would be stainless. I can't do nichrome or anything with nickel in them. It makes me a little wheezy, and I don't like it. Unfortunately, the coils I prefer to use from Lightning Vapes have been out of stock for months, so I don't know if they're just not making them anymore But I definitely prefer the dual core Canthal. And all I've seen on there is the other spool I have, which I bought like 3 different spools from them. And the other spool I don't prefer as much as the one that's out of stock. So that's why I was trying to find an alternative just to have options. But I don't think the one I got from Element is going to do it. Mind you, I haven't vaped on it yet, so I can't really say definitively. But just based upon how high the resistance is for the amount of wraps and everything, I don't know. I'll have to like wrap it two little wraps to get it to the resistance I want, which is odd. So yeah, I think I'm going to bounce at 12 just because I don't have anything else to talk about, and I don't want to run, over and over things for no reason. Mix and Vixens is on tonight. Any of you that also watched that show, if you could put in the chat, do you want us to do another thing like we did last time where we did like a game where it was like interactive? We did the little drawful game where you draw whatever phrase that you get, and you guys can also have a chance to play because it just enables you to do that. Like there's up to 10 people or 8 people that can join. Otherwise, I think it's probably just going to be a chit chat show again, and we don't really usually get a lot of questions on those types of shows, so it just kind of leaves us to talking about whatever. There are other games, but I don't know that anyone looked into them. I think there was like a trivia one. I like the game shows just because it's once every like month and a half. It's something that people can interact with. It's something new to do instead of just talking about whatever. So if you haven't noticed, like I don't have a whole lot of things to talk about, unless they're about certain topics that I'm interested in, like paranormal or something like that. But as far as like just, what is it, small talk, I guess, I'm not good with that, which is something that I try to work on, but I'm still pretty shitty at. At least Winstead should be on tonight, so we'll have her. Her and Emily are good with the keeping the chat flowing. Me, not so much. But yeah, if you guys don't have any questions or anything, I'm going to get out of here. Sorry it's so short. It's just, like I said, I thought it would go longer because every time I do these like single flavor testing type shows, they tend to take forever. Like I usually end up mixing way more than I'm able to really get through. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have to rush through things or anything like that. So that's why I kind of just left it at the 3 and then went through them really quickly. So I try to be prepared, but it doesn't always happen. As far as the paranormal, I know there are some of you that really like those, and I've thought about it. It's just, as I've said before, there aren't really many topics that I'm able to think of that I haven't already covered. That's the issue. And when it's only me talking about them, it makes it a little difficult to keep conversation flowing for like a half an hour to an hour. And unfortunately, there's not anyone else that I can think of that's really interested in paranormal things that I could like kind of spitball with someone about. So that's kind of the hang up as far as that is concerned. But trust me, it's always something that's on my mind, thinking about things I could talk about in that field, because I do like the paranormal. It's just I've talked about most of them already. Let's revisit some old ones. Okay, well, I'll try to think about something. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, you guys. Like I said, Mix and Vixens is on tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 6 hours from now. I don't know what we're doing yet. I don't know if we're doing the game or not. I guess it'll just be like, we'll find out when it happens. But thank you guys for watching, and have a good day. Bye.